A cookie to whoever can guess what tractor I've just turned on. Also, hello everybody! How are we all doing today? Just gonna wait for people to say, for people to start putting their guesses into chat before I reveal what I'm using today. Mossy got it first time. It's the 11090. I'm wearing a different t-shirt today. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is... Has the game just broken? Did I just... I just accidentally hired a worker. For a horrible second there, I thought my wheel wasn't going to work. But yes, the wheel is back. Everything is back to normal-ish. There we go. There we go. I was doing so well with this. I'll be streaming until 7. Yes. Sim won't be streaming today. Can confirm he has successfully moved to wherever he's moved to, because I can't remember. And he'll be back later this week. He's getting internet in today, but he's still got a lot of unpacking and stuff to do, so he won't be able to stream today. How do you install Reshade? You go to the Reshade website and install it. I don't know how to... And then you have to like get a custom one for FarmSim because there's no default for FarmSim. Bristol! Thank you, AC. I almost said Brighton. It's like, no, that's not right. It's definitely not Brighton. So you can see I am running with Reshade fully enabled at the moment. Complete with blurs. Because I do like the blurs, as strange as it is. Just got home from work. Was that your first day back, Chris? Also, something weird happened on YouTube last night. I don't know how or why, but it took 7 subs away from me yesterday morning, which is why I was a bit annoyed at the start of yesterday's stream. And then last night it just randomly gave me 10 subs, so I don't know how many subscribers I actually have. I genuinely don't. It could be 7,487, it could be 7,477. But let's see if we can get 7,500 today. We can do that, surely. We got technically 17 yesterday. So, I mean, 13 isn't the big ask. It's not a massive, huge ask. You have to go milking, see Mossy? Hello, by the way, AC driving, Chris, obviously, Yanis, and Witchy, and Mossy Grace. I think I said hello to already, but you get a second hello, even though you're probably already gone. Why is my grass different? What do you mean, why is my grass different? Why does it look different? Because Reshade. I've not changed any textures on this map. This is all default textures, the only changes you're seeing are Reshade. I was going to do a quick Twitch stream later on to get the map set up for tonight's video. Well, tomorrow's video, which is going to be the Ropa Spotlight. Because I am going to do one, as pointless as I feel as the endeavour is, I am going to do one. Looks really good. Yeah, Reshade just makes everything look amazing. That's why I use it. Hello, Lewis. Fraser as well. Nathan, hello. This is like the grass is why I use reshade. It makes the crops look absolutely stunning, and it does have a nice little effect on the tractors too. So very much worth using. I forgot to fill up my water, but it's fine because I completely forgot something else. Give me your coffee mug. Haha! So let's immediately, like, I'm not even gonna wait. Let's immediately get those likes going. Landy said he started off yesterday with Seamus mug plug. No, Bud Bill. This is my beautiful giant coffee mug. Do I have a haze around the edge of the screen, or are you seeing things? I had a haze around the edge of the screen. Sim now can't chat. So, okay, that is a new bug. Sim, I'll fix that later. I'm not gonna like tab out constantly during the stream to unban people YouTube's randomly decided to ban. People who are banned who shouldn't be. And this is gonna be an odd one. People who are banned, please make second accounts. And get around the ban today. And then send me a message on Discord after the stream. Let me know your YouTube name. Let me know that you're banned, and I'll go into my ban list and see if I can get you unbanned. Because I know Traff is having a bit of an issue as well. Traff, please use your second account again. I'm having to make up rules as I go along today, unfortunately. Hello, Simulation for the Nation. Hello, Matthew, Eddie. Yeah, use that one for the time being. I'll see if I can't get YouTube to unglitch itself, because there were two results for TRA that just wouldn't show up. So YouTube's randomly banning people, which is lovely. Hello, Ken. No, you can't ban Matthew for fun, because it's broken. Hello, Tommy Riley. By the way, if you're banned and you're making a second account, just make your normal name and then like a 2 at the end. Just for ease of naming yourself and so that I know who you are. I do have to apologize for YouTube randomly deciding people are banned this week, but apparently it's a thing. Am I? Yeah, let's just move on from how I am. Oh, Steven. I don't want to go into how I am today. See, Simulation. Enjoy whatever it is you gotta go do. Am I gonna bail this field? Yes. I'll use the T7 on the front of the baler again, because it seemed to work pretty well. What way do I want to do these? That's a straight line. Or a mostly straight line. So we'll, I know last time I did this I windrowed up and down. Let's windrow side to side this time. Hey, Ars Viper. Did I find my vape? I did! I did, actually. I found it last night. Do I watch Daggerwin? No, I don't watch any farm sim content. I don't watch Daggerwin, I don't watch Simulate, I don't watch Landykid, I don't watch Virtual Farmer. I'll watch streams and that's about it. And it's not down to me hating people because I'm friends with Landy and Sim. It's down to me just not wanting to get burnt out on Farm Sim, and because I gotta play it every day, I don't really need to be watching videos. Hello, Rod the Mod. How I am good. I'm in a pretty good mood. Which he knows the truth, but I'm gonna say I'm in a good mood. When I say my R's, no I don't, I just rolled it for fun. Hello, Henrik. She's got reshade installed, it looks epic. Yes, it does. The shaders, specific shaders I'm using are on FSUK. I had the topic open yesterday, I closed it, I think before or during the stream, so I apologise that I can't give it out, the exact settings I'm using. But I thoroughly encourage you to root around and find some farm sim settings. Because it looks stunning. Hello, Fahy. I actually have been looking at Daggerwin's thumbnails lately. I'm gonna have a quick little talk here, because I want to. I've been looking at Daggerwin's thumbnails lately, and oh my god, has he been clickbaiting or what? Like, I don't know if it's because somebody's told him to, or because he feels like he has to get the views that he wants. But he's been clickbaiting really hard, and I kind of, if it's because he feels like he has to, I feel sorry that he feels that way. Like, genuinely, I'm not gonna hate on him. I feel sorry that he if he does feel like he has to clickbait to get views, that he feels that. Hello, River. Or maybe he's just seeing that every other... Yeah. To be fair, I've been doing the same with the titles. Like, I have been putting the title of the video in caps. But I've not been also putting that exact same thing into the thumbnails. Because I want the thumbnails to speak for themselves. Which is why, if you look, the thumbnails are usually today's one with the, what was it, the New Holland on the front of the Cedar. That was pretty much just Reshade doing its job. I brightened it up a bit in Photoshop, but that was about it. And, you know, I feel like my thumbnails have been speaking for themselves lately, and I'm really kind of happy with how they look. Maybe it's... yeah, that's true, Bill. I was also, last night, exclusive news from RainbowDave news. I was working on Donetsk. And I'm up to 50 field definitions in. So I got 50 fields defined, and I actually finally figured out how many fields are going to be defined on the map. That number is 74, or 75. So if you like maps with lots and lots of fields, this might be for you. If you like me suffering, Donetsk is definitely for you, because oh my god. This map has, what, 40 odd fields? 45 I'm seeing? Yeah, 45 fields defined. Yeah. Hello, DCFB. Back down to 55 instead of 57. Yeah, 75, 74, 75, that area is a bit too many. A bit too many. But I'm going to keep it the way that it is. I have actually turned some yards into fields, which is why it's so many. No, not Donetsk. I'm actually going to also redo some of the, or a lot of the trees. I'm not happy with how they look. Hello, YouTube. And Hugh. Donetsk looks astonishing. The trees are annoying me now. I'm going to redo the trees. The forest is going to pretty much stay as it is, but the actual roadside trees and in between fields, that's going to change, and I'm going to consult Google. consult the Googleplex and see where trees are in real life and try and, as much as possible, get trees in there. There's going to be a few places that I've like, there's a tree nursery in the map. I'm not going to put trees in there. Because it would just be a lag fest. But I'm gonna look at where trees are in fields, around fields, and get the trees kind of looking more realistic, because they're a bit silly at the moment. I would guess that there's gonna be like extra trees added in, maybe, but yeah, it does look to be the same trees as FS17. And the inbuilt shaders, which effectively is what that screenshot was showing off. That looks interesting. Hello, Rafal. I am back, yes. Hope I'm well. Oh, I'm mostly well. Stephen, what map? My map is what I'm talking about. If that's what you're asking. As for what I'm playing, it is Oakfield by Oxygendavid. But I'm slowly but surely getting back into G again after like a week and a half enforced break. Have I reskinned the new Hot into a Fiat? Not yet, see. Not yet. I'm kind of in one of those moods where I want to go ham on my map. So I'm gonna go ham on my map. I actually delayed working on my map for quite a while last night because a lot of you might know that I do like my racing games. And I haven't been able to play one for a week and a half. 2 weeks, almost. So I played some Project Cars last night and I was happy. I played some Project Cars too. The rust was real, but I was happy. Ooh, here's a question. Because I'm trying to think up games to do on Twitch. Would you guys like to see like a Project Cars 2 career on Twitch? Where I'd stream like a few races at a time? Like, I'm not very good at Project Cars, or sim racing in general. It's kind of a casual fun thing for me, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like, I'm thinking Reshade for FS19 is going to look epic. Because if they have gone full DX11, or even DX10, then that is going to make the game look astonishingly good. Would I ever do MP again with Simify? Probably not, because I actually... Exclusive. Last night I cancelled my server subscription. Because I didn't see the point of having something and paying for something that I wasn't ever using. Now, if it gets to the point where we need a server for something or other, we do have Landy's server, which is currently not in use. Sim server expired, and he didn't bother reaching out again. What did I mow the grass with? I mowed the grass with the Lely mowers, wasn't it? The white set of base game mowers. After race recap. You see, I'm not good at recapping things. And the reason that I'm saying I do it on Twitch is because I tend to get very, very salty with sim racing. Thank you, Sim. Yeah, message me on Discord and I'll unban you after the stream if I can, if YouTube will let me. I don't know why YouTube's doing that. They must have put something new in the last couple of days that it's randomly banning people. You've already done it. Thank you. This is why I've got my PMs on Discord open at all times, because it's good for when something goes horrifically wrong and I need kind of information given to me for later, for future reference. There's people just saying hi kind of jams that up. I could probably run 4K full time on this thing. But 1080 should be enough, realistically. Considering I've only got 1080p monitors, I don't think 4K would make much of a difference. I saw that, Ian. It just looks weird flipped. It's just you and Traff. I don't know. Because Louis fell victim to that bug yesterday. Or the last couple of days. So I don't know who's banned and who's not. Did I say I'm going till 7? Yes. Unless Sim is magically going to be streaming, which I doubt. Because he should be unpacking stuff. I don't even have the game maxed at the moment, by the way. I'm running, I think, high or medium settings. Hey, GD. Hello, how's my day? Yes. Yeah, man, I suppose 4K for screenshots is probably a good idea. Just so you can get the extra details in. Like there is going to be a difference in screenshot quality between 1080 and 4K. That I will admit. So if you're enjoying the stream so far, guys, hit the like button. It's there for a reason. If you're new and you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button. It's there for a reason. If you're enjoying and you want to see more, hit 4K. Hit 4K. Dang it, Bill! Hit subscribe. What a Bill confusing me. Hey, hello, Gemma. Am I okay? Yeah, mostly yes. Hello, Finnish farmer. I'm not gonna say why I'm not 100% fine. Pedro said he's buying it. Yeah, sure. Pedro says a lot. Should you sub? No, you shouldn't. I don't want like fake subs from second channels. I'll have to figure out why YouTube's randomly banning people as well. Hello, Ben. Let's take 4K screenshots on console. I should 4K, possibly, but nah. I prefer to run 4 1080p monitors over having 4K. I don't know where I put the extra 2 monitors, but like, if I had a choice between 4K on one monitor or 4 1080p monitors, which would be the same definition, I'd much prefer 4 1080p monitors. Hello, Hayden. Hello, Goku. Hello, NM Farmer. You're talking to Sim. Oh, you're talking... Okay. You know, you guys know I'm easily confused. 4 monitors, I got enough Google Chrome tabs open as it. I know. I've only got like 60 at the moment. Can you get 4K monitors? Yeah. Oh no, I'm good, Glen Agri. I'm doing good now. Be happy to 2 1080p monitors. I got 2 1080p monitors. It is glorious. You can 12K? I know 8K is a thing. 8K was actually like an experimental thing before 4K was public. And I think 16K is a thing too. But quite honestly, anything above 4K, you're not gonna really notice it unless it's on like a gigantic mega screen. There does come a point where the human eye literally can't see the detail. Like that, there is a point where the detail on the screen is greater than what the human eye can actually see. Which kind of defeats the purpose of going any greater definition on a standard size screen. And the same goes for frame rates. There is gonna reach a point where screens can just show you human vision, where it's the same definition and the same kind of refresh rate, because the human eye does have a refresh rate. Believe it or not, the human eye has a refresh rate. And I think it's somewhere around 120 or something hertz. Or something like that. You know, once you reach that refresh rate, you can't see any more detail. Once you reach that kind of, I guess, pixel definition, you can't see any more detail. So it's going to get to the point, and we're very quickly reaching with technology where TVs are going to get pointlessly good. And like games are going to get pointlessly good, and monitors are going to get pointlessly good because they can do things that the human eye can't. And I know there's those people who say, oh, the human eye can only see at 30 frames per second. No, it can't. It sees at 60 at minimum. Game seems a bit laggy. No. Game's fine for me. I think it's around 120 megahertz on average. Yeah, I was thinking that. Even the, like 144p monitors, or 144 hertz monitors, that's actually greater than what the human eye can do. And I've heard there's like 200 and something hertz monitors coming out now, and it's like, that's pointless. There's literally no point to that. It's jumping on your end. It's gonna jump now because that was an autosave, but like it is getting to the point where is anybody else experiencing like jitter or jumping? Out of curiosity, because I'm looking at my playback and it looks pretty smooth. Smooth for you? Yeah, I thought as much. Just gonna tab out real quick and do that. Stop, you get. Just on your end. Close some Chrome tabs, Sid. That tends to fix it. Or I do notice that YouTube lags hilariously badly when I'm rendering, so it might be that your CPU is being pushed a bit. By the way, I found this last night. I went looking in one of the places that I thought it might be, which was actually my desk. It wasn't there. Looked on my bedside cabinet, wasn't there. And I said, well, where else could it be? And I looked to my left here. Your right, as you're looking at it, but my left. And I looked in there, I remembered, hang on, I've put boxes under my bed, and I was rooting around under my bed when I was tidying. There is a very real chance that it did a derp and decided to swan dive down between boxes. So I looked down between the boxes, and bada bing bada boom, it was down between the boxes. It did a swan dive. You got 100% CPU with your oh dear, with my documents. OBS is reading 4% CPU usage currently. And actually I want to just grab that and bring it forward so that maybe I get slightly better internet. Oh my god, my computer case is just like mildly warm. It's probably just hovering around 36 degrees-ish. Use only about 70% if you're on FS17 recording and rendering at the same time. If you're using only 70% while rendering, then your rendering is hilariously bad. Because rendering should be 100%. Why does the camera of the Ford Transit van shake when it's on top speed? Does it? I've not managed to get it up to top speed. For those of you who might not have been following, I'm basically, the next little while, I'll be doing stress tests of my PC to see what it actually runs like now that it's the CPU is liquid cooled and it's in a new, slightly larger case. Use a £7,000 custom built PC. It's overclocked. Mine has reached somewhere around that region now myself. In terms of overall spend, it's probably somewhere in that region. Like in the last 2 weeks I've spent €250 on it. Just for the new case and the liquid cooling. Mostly because I'm one of the... Ah, okay. The Titan X's aren't that great for gaming though, that's the problem with the Titans. Hello Daniel. Titans are made to render and made to do like 3D animation. They're not really made for gaming. Which is a bit of a shame, I guess. PC build, got a 5-day delay. That sucks, Yanis. Then you spend probably 6 or 7 hours building it. And completely lose all track of time when you're doing it because you just like... You just become enthralled in the PC building wonders. There's it's like they're brilliant. Oh, nice, Rod. One thing I do need to do later this week is actually take my PC out of where it currently is again. Because 2 of my front panel USBs aren't working, and I think I forgot to plug them in, so I'm going to have to try and find the cable for that and see where it's gone. Yeah, you'd probably be better off with SLI 10... Well, you'd be better off with a single 1080 than SLI Titans for gaming. Because SLI doesn't work in 90% of games. I'm pretty sure Farm Sim's one of them that doesn't work. Just need to put in a GPU. Oh, that's gonna be painful because of Bitcoin. Tea break commences. Well done, Eddie. Yeah, model, not mod. Oh, that's fine then. Definitely better for modeling. I will give you that. Yeah, there is a PC with 8 Titans. And if it's the one I think you're talking about, I don't know if you sent it to me, Faye, but if it's the one I'm thinking about, it's got the Titans all around in a circle. It's got like circular SLI for some reason. Yeah, but it's the kind of sucky. The problem with GPUs right now is Bitcoin miners have completely ruined the market for them. Because GPUs can actually do a bit more calculations and some tougher calculations than a normal CPU can. And to buy a top-end GPU, it's actually cheaper than buying a top-end CPU. The one I'm thinking of has them all stacked in line. Oh, then I might not have seen that. But I have seen, like, I think it was 6 or 8 Titans SLI'd up before, which... I don't get why somebody would want to do that, because... Like, if you get to that many Titans, you're just wasting money at that point. Or you're building a Bitcoin mining machine. Yeah, Nvidia's kind of putting a lot of stuff on hold at the moment. And now, fair play to Nvidia, they're actually trying to get retailers to impose limits on like what you can buy, because they can't produce enough. See you, did you? Sleep well. How does Bitcoin even work? It doesn't, is the simple answer at this point. It's just an investment thing now. It's a stock. It's like playing the stock markets, investing in Bitcoin. If I did it when I had a chance several years ago when Bitcoins were like $1 a piece, or maybe even less than $1 a piece. Round, squares, or pallets? I'm gonna make square bales. And I can't remember why I want to make hay bales. I honestly can't remember why I want to make hay bales. It's pointless having an overpowered PC if you're not going to use it. That's exactly it, Ian. Like, my PC to most people would be ridiculously OP with a 980, 32 gigs of RAM is what most people say. Well, why'd you have that? And an i7 4790K. And the simple reason for 32 gigs of RAM is it boosts rendering times. It cuts rendering times massively. And it means that I'm never going to be... I'm not going to be bottlenecked by RAM, which is what the most usual bottleneck in a render process is. I'm actually bottlenecked by the fact that NVIDIA cards can't do CUDA anymore. They don't have CUDA cores anymore. Or at the very least, if they do, most programs can't access them. Look, buying a Ferrari, sticking to speed limits. Yeah. When's the Matt's DLC out? I don't know. I've heard March 29th. I've heard April 1st. I've heard many dates being thrown around, but there's no official confirmation from Giants. When we get confirmation, then when I hear about any confirmation from Giants, you guys will be the first to know. After me, obviously. Did I get a new computer? No, it's the computer I've always had. I've just got a new case and new cooling system in. Is that pretty much done to scale? It is, I think, 100% scale. See you soon. I'll get you unbanned after the stream, dude. I know Oakfield is 100% true to life scale. Lone Oak, from what Bill's been telling me, I don't know if he's still here, so he can shout at me if I'm wrong, is scaled down to like varying degrees to suit the requirements of the game. What do I think the best Arm Team mod is for FS17? I'm using it. 7 Springs. That's where Oakfield is. In fact, if you look up 7 Springs in Google Maps, that's you will see Oakfield. I'm using what is, in my opinion, the best Arm Team mod. It is this Crone Rake. Because it looks pretty good. It works pretty well. It's got some pretty interesting features that Giants just don't do. And it's not horrifically broken. Like I know that I come down hard on some modders, and modders from other games sometimes, or apparent modders from other games, I should say, will come down on me because, oh, there's no criticism like that in the game I mod for. Well, welcome to Farm Sim. With Farm Sim we expect quality because we have so many good quality mods. In most other games there's maybe 6 good quality mods and then the rest are just junk. Or, you know, you're wading through piles and piles and piles and piles of junk to get to the good quality stuff, and there's no real central repository for the really good quality stuff. Now, I will grant, anything that uses the Nexus for mods usually has pretty good quality mods. So Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and whatever else uses the mod Nexus. It's my favorite mod for all of 17. It's a good rig. Like I wasn't gonna use it originally because Arm Team, but and I think everybody's just kind of lost faith in Arm Team to bring out quality. And then I think Landy was using it and he said, "Actually, Dave, this is good." Did I download this area that's on the model? Not yet. I am going to download that, and I do have where I do have access to an MRXML for it. I did find it on the repository, so I'll be using the Xerion in the near future. But I do think it is funny that different games have different modding communities, and people expect all the modding communities to be the same. Like modders seem to, for whatever reason. It's just like, no, that's not how any of this works, because there's different people playing the game. And you know, the baseline expected standard for games is different. Like ETS2 has a lower baseline expected standard for, we'll say, truck mods than it does for than FarmSim does for tractor mods, because that's just the way it is, I guess. There's not many super fantastic, better than SCS trucks out there, but there's a few. Or there's plenty of mods on FarmSim that are as good as what Giants put out, if not slightly better. Rihanna for all things, from mowing, but I see. Do you work for class? Because that sounds like a class ad. Buy the new class Xerion. Really handy for all kinds of things, from mowing to plowing. It's an absolute beast. It's the few, yeah, it's the few that spoil it, and it's just the. I really think this is the truth, is that the FarmSim mod community does have, towards the top end, which, you know, people who make mods and have standards have really, really high standards, because we want the modding community to improve, and we'll say how things can improve. And, you know, some people will get really butthurt and complain constantly that, oh, you said this was bad, I love it, and whatever. I don't care. It could be improved. Everything can be improved. This is the John Deere Model 11090 Fiat hybrid? New Holland. It does entertain me when people start complaining, especially when I do mod Spotlight and people complain that, oh, you said no bad things about the mod. I'm like, well, of course I did. It wouldn't be a fair Spotlight if I only praised it. Like, if I wanted to advertise the mod, then I'd make it a mod advert. If I'm spotlighting the mod and I want to show it off and I'm doing kind of a review of it, then yes, I'm going to say some bad things about it. I'm gonna say, oh, the textures could be better, or this function doesn't make any sense, or this is just silly. You know. Have I got pure farming? No. Thank you, Barn Lodge. I actually need to send Barn Lodge. I actually need to send an email. I meant to send it when I was sending another email today. Completely forgot to. So thank you for the reminder, even though it was unintentional. I've also just remembered that I meant to get this thing going again. Oh, it's done a lot more of the field than I actually thought it did. Field 34 plow. I'm going to drive from the nearest waypoint, and this is the fun of getting course play correct. Drive course. That's gonna go off and do its thing. I want to grab... I guess the T7 is gonna be the best bet. Oh, these are... Huh. I'm gonna just abandon this in the field, because I will probably pop these onto the Voltra in time. YouTube won't do anything about that UK simmer, I'm afraid. Yeah, a review should show the good and the bad, and like, I'll usually try and focus on the good and have the bad as kind of like, here's some things that could make it better. Yeah, I mean, feedback is great. There's... I will say, there's a difference between feedback and abuse. If you're saying, oh, this is great, but that's feedback. If you're saying, this sucks, I hate it, you know, go die in a fire or something, that's abuse. That's not nice. All mods have some bad. Exactly. No mod is perfect, ever. That's something people seem to forget. I thought shaders were pointless. Certain shaders are. Reshade is different though, because it just retweaks the in-game settings. And I mean, it looks beautiful. The shader mod I was talking about was the one that came with Vanilla Valley from, I think it was the mod contest, Giants mod contest, which was terrible. Reshade, what it does is it just kind of tweaks up shaders, tweaks up the graphics in game, and kind of almost applies an overlay to them. Yeah, like that's good feedback. Like, in real life, this is good feedback. As long as I don't call you a moron, because then that's abuse again. Where do you find Reshade? Is it worth your while and hassle? Yes, it is, Fahi. I'll see if I can find the FSUK link and shoot it over to you later. You need to download Reshade itself, which is reshade.something or other. Is Tractor going to be able to pull this with MR? Yes. I bailed Field 34. Yeah, Field 34 with this setup, so the T7 can pull this trailer, or this baler, so we are okay for that from that perspective. Yes, it is going a bit slowly, but meh. Oh, by the way, Ian, I made your mod on Discord just so you stand out. You don't actually have to mod Discord. Will do. But it's all down to whether or not I can find it. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, hit the like button. Hit that like button. We're at 70 viewers. Let's see if we can hit 50 likes. And if you're new here, if you don't know what's going on, but you're enjoying it anyway, and enjoying the chat and the banter and me complaining about mods constantly, then feel free to subscribe as well. Hello, this today. They call my favourite tractor brand. It's actually Massey Ferguson or JCB, but I don't want to spam Masseys or Fast Tracks. I just like the colour blue, quite honestly. Well, yeah, that's also true, Ian. Like, even more importantly, and this is something that some people either forget or don't know in the first place, there's a lot of compromises that have to be made for Farm Sim, because the engine can't do everything that maybe you'd like it to do. Like, I'd love the engine to be able to do beautiful photorealistic textures and have 10,000 trees in one spot or something, but it just can't do that. If you use the round bale that came out the store as an add-on to bale grass, will you be able to wrap them for silage? I think you'll need a modded wrapper. I think. Because those bales are basically the Ultima bales. So if you want to use effectively the wrapper from, or the bales from Stridon, get the Crone Ultima. It does have some issues though. Bag of package that shows your field sizes, yes, and also if you already own the field, you can... I showed this off in today's video actually. We'll say I want to know how big, what field is this? Field 15 is. I check field 15 here and hit the calculator button here. I can tell you that it's 6.76 hectares. It's a little known feature in Courseplay. That music is quite loud. Little known feature in Courseplay that not many people use all that much. I've accidentally scrolled the YouTube page. There we go. Really, really helpful. It's also great for doing seed calculations. Someone's done a list of field sizes and prices. That's kind of impressive, but very easy to do. UK Simmer 1, if you can use GE, there's a little trick you can use. Because you can go into the fields... Luminac. Fields group in the scene graph, I forgot what it's called. And you can select each individual field to get the size of it. And then in game you can... I think it's in one of the XMLs you can actually get the prices as well. You'd be better off using the Zerion now. Yeah, I know. I think that's what Landy uses for baling. But the T7 for the most part works fine. Anything smaller than this, probably not, but T7 works pretty well. I can't see what time it is. I've put my water cup in the wrong place. Here we go. Play Fortnite. No, don't make demands. Especially not demands for games that I have zero interest in. You say let's try the 11090. It will not work, see. I think I've tried that before, and the 11090 can't... I don't think it can even pull the baler, never mind actually operate it. Have I tried Fortnite? No, but I've seen enough video of it to know that I'm not interested. I mean, I don't know how to say it's a game that I have zero interest in because it's just it doesn't look interesting to me. You'd say I'd rather PUBG. Also no, I have no interest in first-person shooters. I have no interest in shooting games. I find them incredibly tedious and dull. Like, I'll play Fallout and whatnot, but that's because they've got good storylines. PUBG and stuff is just like... There's no real grab for me there. Sorry if that's offended somebody or like annoyed somebody that I have the audacity of having a certain taste in games, and the games you like not matching my taste, but I play the games that I want to play. If I don't want to play a game, I'm not going to buy it. Don't make nearly enough money to just like buy games at random in the vague hopes that they're good. What about Minecraft? I've had Minecraft for years and I've not played it in about 2-3 years. I like strategy games and racing games the most. So like if you look at my Steam, you'll see a lot of strategy games, you'll see a lot of racing games. I think I own every sim racing game there is on Steam barring iRacing, which screw that, that's just a money pit. They got a monopoly on what they do and they know it and they charge for it. People that have other tastes, yeah, exactly. Like my taste in games is I can see why people like shooter games. I really do. Do I like them myself? No, I can't stand them. They're all very samey, and there's nothing about most of them that ever stands out because it's all brown and grey and dark colours and guns. Shoot the bad guy, who's usually brown at this point. Hello, CN Agri. Oh, perfect time for autosave to kick in right there. Let's just bale hay at 20 miles an hour. It's a totally realistic speed. Is him streaming? No, he is not. He was moving yesterday. He's kind of unpacking today. He's getting his new house in Bristol sorted out. Never argue about taste. Yeah, like, if you can see why people like something, don't argue with them about it. If you can't see it, well, ask them why they like it. Because there's some games that I don't like, and even I don't understand why I don't like them, because like I don't enjoy playing them, but I'll watch them on YouTube no problem at all, like Fallout 4 and Skyrim. I just can't get into those games, or not for Fallout New Vegas and Skyrim. I can't play those games, I just can't get into them while I'm playing, but then I've been following a Skyrim series on YouTube for the last couple of months. Why don't I make multiplayer videos? They were good. I don't make multiplayer videos because I haven't made them in a long time, because number one, it's impossible for me simplifying to be in the same place at the same time at this point. When is Valley View coming out? Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but I believe it's coming out the 15th. Which is when judging opens on Modmania. You know, Dan. 15th. Yeah, I thought as much. FSUK is kind of nice in that with the contest mods. You can actually give a date on when it's coming out. Judging for the maps opens the same day, and kind of strange that the map judges haven't been announced yet. Hey, Fen1050. Some YouTubers make games look so easy, but when you play themselves, you can't figure out. Yeah. They're the old school style Let's Players where they are actually really good at the games and they try and share their knowledge with people. Because the original wave of Let's Plays was just people who were really good at games showing off how good they are. Tea breakdown, 15 words into essay. Well done, Eddie. At this rate, you'll get it done in about 3 months. Just want to check my phone real quick. Okay. That's annoying. Hello, Tim. What are you doing in hospital? Do I play minor? What? Adam, that's a nonsense question. Hello, Wilson Agri. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Do I like Grassman? I don't not like them. I don't like how their YouTube channel is basically just every video is buy this DVD to see more. You know, YouTube's got a hilarious rule against mass advertising that is never enforced because almost every video on YouTube is an ad for something or other now. But I don't like the fact they've got a YouTube channel just to market their DVDs. Like, that's great and all, but yeah, YouTube isn't supposed to be a marketing thing. It's supposed to be, in my eyes at least, and I know the CEO of YouTube disagrees because she's allowing all this crap to happen. It's supposed to be people putting up what they want. I mean, it's supposed to be people enjoying themselves and doing their own thing and not advertising their DVDs and TV shows, not advertising their shows constantly, but if you look at trending on YouTube, it's people advertising their new line of shirts. And this TV show put this clip up, and it's... YouTube isn't what it used to be. YouTube's gone really, really downhill. It's gone down the crapper since... well, since Google bought it, really, but since Susan What's-Her-Face became CEO. I played Junior C. Adam, what the hell are you trying to ask? Like, those questions make zero sense and they're actually kind of getting on my nerves. But I'm not going to go on a long rant about YouTube, don't worry. Thank you, Dusty Dave. Pretty sure you got timed out for the exact same thing before. This feels looking good now that I'm getting the baling done pretty well. Like, I am loving the textures on this field. Hey, Landy. You get your recording done, I presume? You'll understand what I mean here, but no reply yet. So I'm not particularly impressed. Also, it looks like he got the wrong end of the stick. The no reply yet is frustrating. I'll put it that way. I'm doing some serious thinking right now. Lanty knows what I'm talking about. With those cryptic comments. And they were intentionally cryptic. Have I seen the new remake? What? You want to see Straw Harvest on the base game for FS19? Won't happen, Tim. Simple fact of the matter is, Straw Harvest is made to a completely different standard to what Giants actually use. The Straw Harvest stuff has insane numbers of polys. It's got custom scripts. It's not made by Giants. BM modding, basically, we're just allowed to put it into game as a DLC. You know, you didn't. He did. By the looks of it. And nobody's corrected him from what I saw in team chat yet. But it is still frustrating that there's been no reply. So if I don't get one probably tomorrow, I'm gonna see if I can't do a bit of a nudge somehow, somewhere. As much as it pains me to even consider doing that. Crushing an electric. Oh, is that the one that Richard Hammond crashed and nearly died in? Because I know Richard Hammond crashed. Yes, it is. It is the one that Richard Hammond blew up by mistake. Because he was doing a hill climb in the remake and he blew it up. Landy dropped. Chris, if you want to get filled in, when Landy comes back, just tell him I said he can fill you in on what the crypticness is all about. You can probably already figure it out, but suffice to say, it's not something I want to talk about publicly. That was a concept one, new one is C2. Well, hopefully it doesn't explode as much. Like, exploding cars aren't particularly safe. Chat's very cool. I think people are playing games again. Come on guys, type out a game real quick. Let me know what game you're playing. If you're in Farm Sim, what map you're playing, hit the like button while you do it. And just for funsies, let me know where you're watching from as well. Let's go for a you can probably, like, you can read through team chat and guess what I'm talking about. Hey Josh, playing Oakfield, very nice. FS17 Sussex Farm, very nice indeed, Rafal. Oh nuts, I missed a huge bunch of it. Everybody's really quiet today, oh my god. There's a fire extinguisher in case of hill climb written on it. You guessed, yeah, I'll be on TeamSpeak probably not long after the stream, so I'll be able to fill you in then. Because I need to get set up for the Ropa video. And I'm kind of looking forward to doing that, but not because it's going to be boring and annoying. Farm sim in Oakfield, watching from County Fermanagh. Very nice. Fermanagh is a quite nice county. I have an uncle that used to live up in Cavan, and whenever we went up to visit him for like a week or so, we would always have a day trip into Fermanagh and usually have a day trip into Northern Ireland, and I'm kind of glad that I can't remember the day trips when I was younger. Because the day trips into Northern Ireland back when I was young were a case of you had to pass through the British Army checkpoints and there were guns everywhere. And I can't remember that, and I'm kind of glad that I don't. Yeah, bad land. You gotta make the most of what you got to. I'm just gonna slow down here real quick. Slow. It's coasting at 29. Come on, slow down. Watching from Australia. Snaker82, do you ever sleep? You seem a lot like me, just awake at all hours because reasons. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm refilling my water. For my cup. Because I have run out of coffee. And I require liquid sustenance. I require a drink. There we go. Hopefully this doesn't shoot water up through. Make the most of the bad land. Yeah. That's all you can do when you've got bad land and you're trying to farm it. There we go. You don't sleep much. Fair enough. Hello, farming man. There we go. If you're wondering why I've got a cup that has a straw in it, it's because I don't actually trust myself to have a glass. It's all plastic and it has a straw so I can choke myself. Yeah, so that I can just kind of not have to tip my head around. Your border is funny. Your side has a 2-kilometer dirt road to the border. Other side has tarmac from the border. Yeah, borders can be interesting. Bad land, you're always shoring. Yeah. If you build your house in the wrong place, you're always trying to get water out of it. I've got an aunt that lives up in Galway and her house is effectively built into the side of a hill. And every time it rains, her house floods. I went to bed at like 6 AM this morning. I have not been sleeping particularly sanely. But yeah, I don't have any. I tend not to. Well, I tend to try to not have much liquid around mine, where it could potentially get on it. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I actually told my mother that I stole the 5-litre drum of water. Actually, I'm gonna have to go downstairs after the stream and just let my mother know that I've stolen 5 litres of water. Because it's much easier to have a 5-litre drum in a cup than it is to have multiple 2-litre bottles. Yeah, I'm the same, Ian. I just can't sleep at same times most of the time. But like, it's great at the same time because I can start doing GE at like 2 in the morning. I just go, yep, this is my night now. Thank you to whoever's been subscribing, by the way. It seems like you got your subscriptions on private or something. Or you're trying to get your shout out twice or something. 5 liters is a bit extreme. Yeah. But I tend to go through water quite quickly. And so having 5 liters is just like probably about a week's supply of water. Or a few days at the very least. Because when I'm streaming, it gets quite a lot easier to talk on a consistent basis when I've got plenty of water. Can't stay awake past 1 AM. Well, isn't that fine for some, Yanis? Said in his proposal the DLC will come out 29th this month. That's unofficial though. Here's the thing, is like Giants could change the date at random. I knew I saw March 29th somewhere. That's an unofficial date. Is March 29th. Don't wet the bed. I plan not to. Also, I need to change bed sheets. It's something I've been meaning to do for days now. I'm just not done. Beef cattle slurry is very thick. You don't close the water into it. I think a lot of people do that anyway, just to make the most of the slurry and get nutrients spread a bit better. I don't know if it's a thing that everybody does, but I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube of people watering slurry down. Hey, Guillermo. Can't sleep past 8 AM. Fun little. Okay, I know I've told this story a few times, so I'm gonna tell it again. You guys know that my record for sleeping is 16 hours in a day. Where I went to sleep, woke up, had some food, and went back to sleep again. I never actually mentioned the times that I did all this. I went to sleep at 11 AM. This is the first sleep. I went to sleep at 11 AM. Woke up at about, I want to say 6 or 7. Just in time for dinner. Had my dinner. Stayed up for about 2-3 hours and went back to bed, and I think I was asleep again at 10 PM. So within 12 hours, I'd gone to bed twice. I'd been asleep twice. You like all the videos you make? Well, well, thank you very much, Guillermo. It means a lot that I can, like, people enjoy what I do. Yes, to make it easier to mix and spread, really. Hey, Eddie, how's things? Yes, good and bad and all everywhere in between. Sleepy day. In my defense, I was awake for 3 solid days before that. I think I was 60 hours awake. Or something like that. So, I mean, it wasn't a case of, oh, Dave was just being stupid lazy. It was a case of Dave didn't sleep for 3 days and he needed to sleep or else he would have been hallucinating very much. So he went to bed and he slept. My first impression of my cooling setup. It's like having a stealth computer. It's. I was sat here last night with no music on, my headphones off. At one point, I was just like, well, if I didn't know it was on, I wouldn't really know. I wouldn't be able to hear my computer at all. Because the fans seem to barely even do anything. In terms of noise, at least. Bright side is I do have 2 spare 120mm fans. And 1 fan port that has a fan in it that, you know... I don't know why I'm keeping the fans that I got, took out, but I am. I guess it's in case I get a new PC again that has, like, multiple fan ports and I can have amazing air cooling and keep the computer at, like, 3 degrees Celsius at all times. But yeah, I'm gonna give a very, very quick first impression. I know I've gotten out of it already. But, like, my opinion on water cooling now that I'm actually using it, or liquid cooling, is if you can get a closed loop system for a good price, get it and install it, because oh my god, it is a completely new world of, number one, silence, which is really convenient for YouTube, because I don't have a fan running now at all times. That I could hear the old fan in the background of my audio. When I was listening to it, I could hear the fan. Now it's just kind of complete and utter silence at all times, which I actually love. Because for those of you that don't know, and it might not appear from the way I keep talking about my room and the way that I leave Farmson, I'm actually quite OCD. It's strange. I'm a bit OCD in terms of like how my recordings come out and how things look on YouTube. So having a near silent room now, granted there's still going to be background noise because there are almost always people downstairs, but having a near silent room to record in and no fan constantly whining at me, that's a big difference, and that's going to help me get to where I want to be in 2-3 months time. Now, if I can... Another little thing, if I can get what I want to do done tonight, which is set up for Europa, if I can get that done fairly quickly, I might start recording for Wednesday, which I'm not done yet. And I did promise you guys a Cobra video in the next week or two, and that's probably going to be sometime next week. Because what I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm trying to get ahead of myself. And get everything kind of sorted out. I do have plans for the next Cobra video. I've got it all kind of planned out in my head. I don't have a script, but in terms of what I do in the video is planned. In terms of how exactly it happens and how exactly I roleplay it is not. And that is, to me, the joy of roleplay, the way that I do it, because some people might not know this, actually, because I try and keep it kind of as smooth as I can. There is one video on this channel that I completely scripted, and that was the video where I spoke about copyright with FarmSim mods. Because I didn't want to go off topic. I didn't want to go off on a rant. I wanted to keep that very succinct, very straight to the point, and very tight. And that's the only video that's ever been 110, 100% scripted. As in, I was just reading from a script the entire time. There was another video a long time ago where I had like points written down to talk about, but I just kind of went off on a tangent at some point, which is why I scripted the copyright video. And I suppose I can talk about it now a bit more openly. That copyright video was actually my response to some drama that was going on in the community, believe it or not. I know most YouTube channels will do like hate videos and roast videos when there's drama. No, I don't want to stoop to that level. I did an educational video. I just dropped a logic bomb. I ended up with, here's why you're wrong, and here's every single reason why you're wrong. Without naming the person. I still haven't named the person, and I'm not going to name the person. But that was a logic bomb that I was dropping on somebody in particular to end drama, and to just finish it. I stuck to the raw facts. I didn't see the point of engaging this person and like promoting their channel by insulting them directly. I still don't. Because, you know, they insulted me, they insulted my friends, they insulted so much. They insulted my intelligence. But why would I name them and get people to go over to their channel? Like, from what I've heard, since then, this person has basically lost everybody they had on YouTube as fans. Yeah, there is a distinct difference between facts shutting down an argument and then you just having an argument with opinions. What channel? I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not gonna. To this day, I am not going to name who the argument was with because I don't want them to gain a single subscriber or a single view from me. So that's the bailing done. I don't want to collect the bails today, but let's have a bit of fun. Say something a bit silly, because I did notice while I was finishing up the bailing that oh, I didn't finish build T-maxing that place. I'll go in there again later, but I did notice that the front of the farm it wasn't Logan Paul. It was somebody in the farm sim community, and I made a video that I think was called like copyright and farm sim modding or something like that. And it was just the logic bomb that I was dropping on them. Because I didn't see the point of engaging them. I didn't see the point of naming them. I didn't see the point of giving them any sort of publicity for being an idiot. That's why, by the way, if you see me arguing with somebody, it's usually because I know a bit more than them. If you see me saying, no, that's wrong, it's because it probably is wrong. And, I know some people say, Dave, stop being a know-it-all when I do that stuff, but it's not me being a know-it-all, it's me knowing the facts of the matter. And there is a distinct difference that... I know what I know because I have people that I know who can tell me these things. Some people don't understand that. Let's do some mowing. Because I don't like this area being fully grassy. I like it being nice and neatly mowed. Well, yeah, I don't want to embarrass the person as well, because they were completely uneducated and giving... speaking as if they were giving legal advice when they had no idea what they were talking about, and actually giving... yeah, advising people to break the law. Reliable sources. You guys know the people that come around the streams. I've got plenty of reliable sources and other people that maybe don't come to the streams that I can talk to. And get straight yes-no answers about stuff. Just Landy is Valley View. Will you be getting it on Friday as the 15th? Ah, Landy's found the video. Yeah, it's all about who you know. And if who you know knows what you don't know. Then you can come across as a know-it-all just by knowing the people who know what you don't know. Yeah, Landy's linked to the video that we were just talking about, the copyright video. Yeah, it's coming out the 15th, TMCC. And that was literally just me going through the Giants Terms of Service. And explaining it in plain English, because it's written in kind of contract language, which can be very... I hate contract language. It's very obtuse. Very difficult to read. Well, yeah, if you just read the terms and conditions, it's pretty easy as well, but... Some people misread it, and I misread it in the past. Because I had the same opinion as that person. I went to the terms and conditions again, reread them, and I said, oh, actually, no, I was wrong. That wasn't what the terms and conditions said at all. But the simple fact of the matter, for those of you that don't want to watch the video, is that this person thought that if you make a mod, Giants own all copyrights to it now and forever. No, you still own the copyright, Giants are granted a license to use it. Which means Giants can do what they want with it, as it says in the terms and conditions, but you still own the copyright, and if anybody else copies you, then you take it up with them. The same applies if you make a map and somebody you don't want playing on it plays on it, by the way. As the person involved learned very quickly. So it's kind of a... It's not done much, but and I don't do it much, so I can't say much here, but it's good practice to occasionally just message people if you're playing on their maps for the first time and say, hey, can I play on your map? Or can I do X, Y, and Z? Because it just gets you out of trouble. But that's why it's seen as good practice to ask modders if you're making a map, oh, hey, can I use some stuff out of this map, or can I steal stuff out of this map? I talk about... I'm referring to Bullet Bill about something, but not talking about him. It's seen as good practice to, you know, message mappers if you're trying to if you want to steal stuff out of maps. Just shoot them a message and say, hey, do you mind if I take this stuff? Or do you mind if I... And I've done this. Just, hey, can I just steal random junk out of the map? You know, it's common courtesy. It's not like 90% of people are gonna say, yeah, steal away, just take what you want. But it's just being a nice guy, just saying, hey, is this okay? Oh, and just FYI, there's only one person who I'm not ever going to give permission to play Donetsk. And I know who they are, and that's all that matters. But if everybody else wants to make videos, if and when Donetsk ever releases, which is still kind of up in the air at the moment, if you guys want to play it and do videos on it and do streams on it, feel free, let me know. Hell, advertise in my Discord if you're streaming on it, if and when it's out, because... Why not? Think you'll try to mod when FS19 comes out. Now's a good time to start learning, Mossy. As silly as it sounds, now is the perfect time to start learning if you want to start when FS19 comes out. Farming Man, go for it. I think... Check the description on the mod hub, actually, Farming Man. I think he might have given blanket permission in the mod hub description. Yeah, you are. You are, Traff, don't worry. I'm not going to name who's not. I'll say they're not here. They're not welcome here. Oh, they might be here. I don't know. Blacklisted his name, so I don't know. That was you for a second. No, 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 no. I'm gonna stop talking about all that for now, anyway. But the plan for tonight for me is gonna basically be... Oh, my sister's working at 8 tomorrow. Oh, this is gonna be fun. The Ropa Spotlight's going to be me talking very quietly. It's going to be as if it's a role play, because I'm going to have to be intentionally quiet. May have got yourself stuck in a tree. Yeah, it is quite easy to get stuck in a tree in this patch of grass. Might start with tricking him out first. Best way to learn modding, Mossy, is to break mods. As silly as that sounds. Like, edit mods, see if you can break them. Because as soon as you break something, you know what it does. And then you can just undo what you broke. Like, it sounds incredibly stupid. Because it is. I mean, it's counterintuitive. The best way to learn how something works is to break it. But it's true. It's something that everybody who does mapping and modding learns. It's like, if something's broken, don't get annoyed. Get happy because now you've learned, okay, well, by doing that I've broken this, which means this does this. Or this can't do this. Yeah, you learn a bit from everything you break. It's a strange situation where, much as I say, you know, certain mods are bad edits, they are in my opinion, but there's no such thing as a truly bad mod. Because you got good mods, like Oakfield, and you got learning opportunities like the original The Old Farm, which was a hot mess, but it gave you a chance to look at the map and say, okay, these are the things that are wrong with it. How can I go in and fix it? You know, there's good maps and there's learning opportunity maps. Because maps that you feel like you have to edit to get them to work the way you want them to, they're perfect learning opportunities. The Valley of the Old Farm, the way that it originally came out, was a fantastic learning opportunity. Commodore Gamer 65, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah, you have to break something to find out how. Well, you have to break something to find out how it shouldn't work. Yeah, the more you find out what you can't do, the more you find out what you can do. It's a strange little fact of life. Like, as counterintuitive as it is, break stuff. You'll learn more that way. I probably shouldn't do this, by the way, but I'm going to drive this all the way down to the Compost Master. In fact, I'm already bored of driving this thing. Let's... Do you know what? Let's get a bit more realistic here. Hang on. Let's have a bit of fun. Farming man, I mean, I guess that is a learning opportunity. I mean, you look at maps to see what you don't like, you know what.
Hello, Dave. Makes them interesting.
Gamer Rikus, thank you very much for subscribing as well. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. This is the perfect lawnmower. There we go. Let's get everything nice and clean in this area. All nice and tidy and clean. You earned AC skin creating by messing with files and seeing what happens. Yeah. That's how you learn anything to do with mods. Is you just start screwing around with stuff and seeing how it works. In all seriousness though, this thing is... It is ridiculous. It is hilariously unrealistic, but it's fun to play about with. And it is, if you're using the Compost Master, probably the easiest and best way of getting grass together. If you want to give the Compost Master a good initial kick. get the grasshopper and just mow up like the entire yard or something. Because you'll very quickly get, you know, I've currently got 18,000 litres of grass in this thing. And it holds 100,000, so that's 2 full fills the compost master in terms of intake, and 1 full output. Because the compost master has an output of 100,000 litres. So I mean, it's as silly as it is, it's a very useful mod for what you might want to use it for. Or for certain specific tasks. It pairs well with mods that require a lot of grass thrown in, or something like that. That subscribe pop-up was unexpected. Yeah, I mean, nothing says thank you for subscribing like Dave Grohl in a pink dress and a wig. He is the true Princess Dave. I am just a pretender. There we go. I don't own this field. Do field boundaries go out that far? Or was it just that the warning was spazzing a bit? This is the council needs, yes. Yeah, field boundary does go out that far. I hate the... Okay, one thing that I hate about field boundaries, and it's not doing them. I do hate doing them, but it's that the boundary you set in GE isn't the actual field boundary. It's the boundary of where the crops will be. The actual field boundary extends another 2 to 3 meters from that, which is why every field needs a decent sized grass headland, just so that you don't end up with fields going wonky on you. So let's get this down to the yard. Nice, nice slow leisurely drive. I've hit something. Let's beeline it. The Profi Hopper evolved, Nathan. Don't worry. Profi Hopper just kind of had a bit of a growth spurt. Especially in the engine department. 100 miles an hour! It couldn't actually stop enough. Yes, that is actually my channel trailer. Which I do need to record well, I don't want to say professional. I do need to record one that isn't as silly. That might actually make people want to subscribe instead of making fun of me constantly. Because I don't mind people making fun of me, but I feel like the channel trailer is holding me back a bit. This mower is very cool. Oh, you haven't even seen its party trick yet, Gamer Ricus. Hang on. Let's get it out of the yard here. And it's time for the Grasshopper's party trick. Because it, for some reason, can fly. I'm not sure why the mod author decided it should fly, but it can. Ian, is that the first time you've actually seen this thing flying? Like, I've got nothing against mods being silly. I do like myself a good silly mod from time to time. But there is a point where it gets a bit silly. Or a bit too silly. And I think that point is where somebody decides a lawnmower should fly. And be able to drive at 100 miles an hour. So anyway, this is maybe a bit too silly for me. For normal use. But for actual like mowing use, it's probably actually... Well, it is quite good. There we go. This thing also mows at, I think, 60 kilometers an hour, so I'm intentionally going slowly with it. First time you've seen the mod. It's on Mod Hoster, which... Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Mod Hoster, but it does have some fun little things. I mean, this is... In honesty, this is great for just testing what grass can be mowed or not. So here we go. Oh no, it's 40 kilometers an hour. Okay. That's... what, 25 miles an hour we're mowing at? I thought this thing mowed at 40 miles an hour. This thing also drifts, by the way. For a mod like this, the answer is why not? Pretty much, yeah. We just have 2 bales to throw into the compost master from yesterday. So, oh, it's only got 8,000 litres of fuel left. That's not ideal. Oh, it's because there's a... For some reason, when there's a course play notification on, if you left click it, it brings up the course play menu, except you can't see it. If you right click even. I don't know why it does that. Should have uploaded to mod hub. It would never get through the mod hub. Good lord. Something this silly, you'd never see this on Giants mod hub. Wonder what it's modelled off. It's modelled off an Amazon Profi Hopper, believe it or not. So if I go grab the Profi Hopper, which is just around here, this is what it's based on. Landy's gone live. Oh, good lord, it is. I completely lost track of time. Thank you, Eddie Boo. So could you guys, the mods specifically, grab the link to today's video because it's not doing well at all. I'm guessing it didn't show up in sub boxes. Could you guys link today's video or go check out today's video? Maybe after Landy's stream. I don't mind when you check it out. Just check it out. Did a bit of seeding with oats over in Field 21. And had a bit of fun recording it. I wasn't in the greatest of moods last night when I was recording it, but I had a bit of fun recording it. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock GMT. And every day at 5 o'clock GMT, unless my computer decides to die again. Or my internet decides to die, which is slightly more concerning. Head on over to Landy Kid as well, if you've already watched today's videos particularly. I will leave it by saying I've been RainbowDave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Oakfield Farm. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.